What's up, everyone? Today's a special broadcast today. I have an urgent message coming from the NFT world. Yes, I'm wearing the same Susubos sweater for the last 4 videos because there's only 1 week that you can really wear ugly sweaters, and that's the week of Christmas, all right? If you haven't heard the rumblings, the 404 is taking over Magic Eden, the Solana NFT world. Tons of volume going on, but let me give you a little bit of backstory. Let's jump into it. And by the way, I am no way affiliated with the projects I'm talking about. I'm just a degenerate NFT person, a collector, and I got into this project to do some recommendations, some friends. And so let me break it down for you what just happened. It's pretty crazy. Okay, Monkey Kingdom launched in November. 2,222 Wukong inspired apes inspired by the Monkey King story. If you don't know about the Monkey King, there are so many stories about them in Chinese movies, Asian movies, all the way over to America as well. Now, the roadmap, they just launched. So in November, they launched, and there's really not much talks about the utility. In 2022, they're going to be working on the metaverse, and that's when they'll probably announce more stuff. In such a short time, why is the floor 64 SOL? I believe it's because this is a very unique geographical project, meaning they're from Hong Kong. And a lot of Hong Kong citizens love this project because, of course, they can relate to the Monkey King. I'm sure that's not it. I'm sure the community is great. So let's hop on over to Discord to show you what went down. Just 3 days ago, they were going to launch their counterpart to the male versions of their Monkey Kings, and they were called Baepes. However, during the mint day, their Discord got attacked by bots, but not only that, their admin channel got phished and hijacked. So it gave a false link, and a lot of people sent Solana into false wallets. A lot of their followers lost a ton of money. Because of that, they had to put on the brakes on the mint and find out what happened. And they found out that exactly what I just told you transpired. Hackers, bots, the whole 9 yards, it went down and dirty. One thing I appreciate about this team was that they're quick to respond, and they're very clear and concise. They're very apologetic, and they had a plan of action. They had $1.2 million to reimburse people who lost Solana. And not only that, they airdrop for free to the OG holders, the new collection. So they don't have to pay anything. The pre-sale, the OGs had to mint, they had to pay something. They didn't have to pay anything. They gave it for free. And not only that, they're going to do a new collection for the public. And since those 3 days, things have calmed down. They had a party of Steve Aoki. He's also a holder, and things, kind of moved along. And here's why there's an emergency broadcast today. Because they branded the 404 Baepes not found, meaning the people who were minting and they were going to expire that collection, they gave them 3 things to do. List your Bape on Magic Eden for 0.59, and then the development team was going to buy it back for 0.59 and below. 0.3 though, you can not list it and you can keep it. So this is where things get really interesting, because they must not have heard the story of the Exiled apes. They have a crazy backstory. They have a website dedicated to the Exiled apes. Long story short, there's about 700 plus of these Exiled apes, which had the same problems during mint. And the developers decided to scrap that project and move on. What happened though is the OG holders did not want to let go, and these guys became Exiled apes versus the Degen apes, which is their original project. They started on Discord, they started on Twitter, and how are they doing, you might ask? Let's take a look. Well, there's only 28 listed, and they're at a 45 SOL floor. That's about $8,000 per. Oh, you might think, it's not moved. Well, one sold for 125 SOL about an hour ago. There's movement every single day on these Exiled apes, these degenerate rejects that are not part of the original project. All right, remember, the developers want to buy this below 0.59. Do you want to take a guess at what these 404 Baepes not found floor is now? You want to take a wild guess? They are sitting at 6.4, so about a 10x from what the developers would have bought them back at. Absolutely insane. Right now, there's about 386 listed out of the 1,700. There's over 1,700 of these that were minted during the whole hijacking fiasco. This makes the 404 Baepes Not Found collection even more rare than the Genesis one, because the Genesis one has 2,222. There's only 1,700 of these. Not only that, the developer is going to airdrop the new collection, which is a higher mint count. Where are these Baepes going to be in, I don't know, a month's time? Are they going to follow the Exiled Degen Ape Academy ones and rise with the floor? We don't know. It's crazy speculative times here. But take a look at the volume, 6,000 sold within less than 8 hours. The activity is through the roof. Every minute something's getting sold. The highest sale that I know of is about 29.30 sold, which is around $6,000 for a rejected collection. Rejected no more because the 404 Baepes have found a home. They have a Discord. They're actually actively talking to the developers and the mods of the original project. They want to do things like validating the wallets of the 404 holders. I don't know what's going to happen to the female counterparts of the Monkey Kingdom Genesis ones, but it's very interesting times now. You can hop in. I'll put the link down below. They even have a Twitter. One of the people in there own about 60 to 70 of these 404s. Now, not financial advice. The floor can be pulled at any time. The original project developers can pull the plug at any time if they wanted to, but they haven't done that. They've actually acknowledged them in the Monkey Kingdom Discord. At 4:58 a.m. today, they actually sent out an announcement that said they're surprised about how the community is loving the 404 Baepes Not Found. I love the 404 Baepes Not Found branding. It is absolutely amazing. Now, they did say now they're postponing the airdrop to after Christmas because of this. I think it's pretty interesting what's developing right now. And they're delaying it to make sure that it's distinguishable, which is great because I am a 404 holder. I mean, I don't get anything from Monkey Kingdom or the 404 Discord. I just like how the story is developing. This is something that NFTs really stand for. Not the rejects, right? Not like the rejected. It's just they just moved on to a new collection because of hackers. But you know, the misfits, the bandits, they're all band together and create community. And in there, the start of the talk was of course floor price because there are a lot of the original holders. But it's just a moment in history that I would like timestamp on my YouTube channel. If Exiled Apes is a good correlation, then they have 6,000 followers, and that's pretty good. And they have a huge floor, and they actually have a Discord and community that's thriving. They've carved out their own space in the NFT world. We don't know what's going to happen with these 404 Baepes or the Exiled Degen Apes because the original IP, intellectual property, trademark, copyrights, all that, of course, is owned by the original devs. A lot of these guys give autonomy to the holders to use commercial rights, unless you're Artifact, you only have $1 million commercial right. But I think the smart move for, Monkey Kingdom and Degen Apes is to accept this community because it is a derivative of them. They developed this. It is their, work. To alienate a community that really believes in them, but, wants to speculate on a mistake or a blip, I think that's, they're not going to do that. They're not going to alienate these Baepes, or they're not going to alienate the Exiled Degen Apes. I got into the 404 Baepes because the floor was low. It was, I got in at a 3 SOL entry point. I couldn't afford a Monkey Kingdom Genesis NFT. That was like a 50 SOL floor. I could understand the original community being a little bit upset, if they didn't get a mint, because not everyone got a mint, but everyone will get an airdrop, but not everyone will get one of these blips, I would call it. So I can see the original community being a little bit upset. If I was a Clone X member and there was a blip and I didn't get to mint those blips and those blips came up, higher floor than my Clone X, I'll be a little bit upset as well. So it's really a balancing act for these project devs and leaders to really see how they're going to navigate this. I mean, of course, they're going to cater to the original holders, but there's another thriving community out there. How you kind of incorporate the two? The best thing to do is just not to do anything, which is what I think is happening, and let them both thrive on their own, so they could be fully hands off and say, hey, we didn't do that. But of course, at the same time, they want them to thrive. They get royalties. They get 15% on the back end. I know right now they're trying to negotiate, 404 Baepes and try to talk to Monkey Kingdom to have some of those royalties, to feed the treasury of the 404 Baepes. I don't know how it's going to work, but it makes sense because they are making money from this. That's why they haven't pulled the plug, and I'm sure that's why Exiled Apes have not pulled the plug, or Degen Apes have not pulled the plug on the Exiled Apes as well. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts. If you're an OG Monkey Kingdom holder, what's your thoughts on this? If you're outside coming in, what's your thoughts on this? One thing we do know for sure is that if you comment down below, I want an NFT, I will pick a winner and I will give you an NFT. I got a lot of them. I got VV. I'll probably get some cheap Solana ones to give out. And I have a lot of like Susables and Top Shop. So comment down, I want an NFT and the reason why, and we're going to pick a winner of an NFT. Of course, you have to be a subscriber, so make sure you do that as well. End of the emergency broadcast. I'll see you at the other end, 2022. But I will have a lot more videos next week as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Stay healthy, stay fire. Catch you on the next one. Peace.